Ohayo gozaimasu. How are you all doing today? So today's video is going to be a home improvement series. As you all know, last year I got my house clean, but in addition to that, my goal last year was change all of my technological devices or appliances. And I did that for the most part. I got these AirPods, this Bose Revolve SoundLink, both of which I use all the time. So I really recommend having stuff like this. My computer headphones, which are also very nice, and I can just put right here and actually hear everything just fine. So I built my own PC. I got a keyboard, mouse, the Razer Kiyo webcam, as well as the tower here. Inside of my tower, a new internet modem. Please excuse all the wires. That's going to be something I'm going to be working on throughout the year. At the start of last year, I got a new fridge. There's a picture of me from when I was in first grade. My washing machine, so I no longer have to take my clothes down from the 4th floor and bring it to the coin laundry. Saves a lot of time. And even toward the end of the year, when all of my friends and coworkers were raving about the air fryer, one of my coworkers was graciously allowing me to borrow hers for a month and see what it's like. But I'll probably will replace it. But I got it the very last day of the year, actually. That said, this year is the year I want to kind of reupholster all of my furniture, because I got all this furniture from when my dad left Okinawa, and as nice as of a gesture as that was, due to the nature of them all being hand-me-downs, none of it really matches. I actually went to Todeoke with Matt last week and got one piece of furniture that'll kind of help with this whole home improvement process. It's actually a computer stand, but considering I have a very ideal way of how things are configured at the moment. I mean, take a look at perspective. My PC currently is on a foldable table rather than on an actual computer stand, which is where ideally it would be. And this TV stand, which was a hand-me-down for my older brother about 20 years ago. This is designed to have bulky TVs on it, you know, the ones with the huge backs, cannot fit this TV, this beauty that I didn't show off earlier, because the legs are too wide for it. Ideally, this would be holding my computer, but because my TV currently is on the floor right now, I'm going to have this be the TV stand for now, because I can figure out the whole computer situation later. So today, you're going to join me as we turn this TV stand, which you have to kind of build, and put it over here. I'm actually thinking that it might just fit over this, so I don't even need to move that and be lazy, because trust me, when I want to be lazy, I can be lazy. But let's see how this works. So let's open this up and see what it looks like. This thing's actually quite heavy. Like most building your own stuff, this does kind of come with its assortment of what you can expect to have inside. The filing cabinet, I'm not as concerned with having right now, because I currently don't have a very good place to put it. At least for today, we're going to make the TV stand. Or computer stand, but it's going to be TV stand for now. A lot of these smaller pieces are probably for the filing cabinet, so I'll just put these to the side for now. Okay, so today, we're just going to build this part here. This is part 4. You gotta be careful of how you place them, because you don't want to scratch up the wall. Part 3. Oh, and I didn't show you earlier, but part 3, you can see right there. This is part 2. I assume that this part is the top. Today, again, we're just going to work with just this part here. I'm going to need hardware here. And it looks like a lot of it does screw in already, but I'm going to have to use the glue for at least part of it. There's only one page with the actual desktop, which is what we're going to be needing for today. The rest of all this, see, starting next page here, all of this is for the cabinet, which, you know, makes sense. A lot more parts to it. According to this, we will need D, C, A, and F. Or actually the letters were already on there, but this is D and C, A, which actually meant to stay on here, and F. Oh, we'll need the glue, I guess, as well, so we'll go ahead and take Q out. The glue. Step 1, we're gonna put a bunch of D's into this. They go into these holes like so. Kind of hard to get in, but that's why it's good to have this kit, so I can have an easier time doing it like this. Okay, end result should look something like this. As you can see, you've got the 60s there, and they're in these locations. So there's 3 holes, but you don't want to put them there. Next, we're going to need 3 of these, which is C and Q, and we're going to put it into these middle holes for the instruction here. So you put the glue in first, and then you put in the C. So let's remove the top here. Oh, my finger's getting stuck to it. I'm going to add just that's like a glob. What's going on? Just, I guess, apply it kind of carefully-ish here. Actually, okay. I'm not that confident in doing it that way, so I'm gonna do it another way. Which is take these and put it into the glue itself. That. And now we can try putting it in. So in retrospect, that probably was about the same level of messiness, but it's okay. The fact that it's got like a little bit of ring on it means it's probably going to be actually a little bit more sturdier, so I'm okay with that. Actually, there's supposed to be 5. You're supposed to put 2 more on the sides here, so okay, so that's the end of step 2. You see you got the little 5 C's there, as shown in the picture here. Next is step 3, which is pushing these 2 onto the sides here. You got these holes on the side here, so you can just put it in. Once you do that, you will put in these A bolts. Just gotta try to shimmy it in. It doesn't go in flush. Once you put in the A screws, it should go in a bit tighter than this. If you did it well, it shouldn't even move at all, even before you put in the A screws. Okay, now we'll need 4 of these A's to put into the sides like this. And I've got this just in case. Okay, so let's take these and put them in like this. Put them in like this. Okay, so this part is mostly set up, but as you can see, this I kind of drove in a little bit too much. This thing is, unfortunately, it's not very effective, so I'm gonna have to like just pull it out. Fortunately, we do have backup parts. Do that without showing you guys because I don't want this to like collapse on you randomly. Once that part's done, I always make sure it's just sturdy. It doesn't move around too much. Once you've got that, we'll go ahead and move on to step 4. We gotta go ahead and put the glue in all the parts and just put this onto the top of this. So there's 6 holes here. You got these wooden caulks here. Probably reapply some of the glue here. We'll go ahead and take care of that. This time I probably will put in the glue on these parts before adding it in. For some other precautions, I'm gonna go ahead and just dab these in glue real quick here. And now for the final step to make sure this goes onto this. Let's go ahead and try that real quick. And there we go. Probably not the most elegant way of doing it. Just let it sit for a while, make sure it gets hard before we try to test the foundation to make sure we can pick it up and it doesn't fall apart. You can kind of see over here, well, there were arrows on here, but you basically have to put in these and then twist these so that way they're facing the bottom, so that way they kind of get locked. So that way you get kind of, I mean, you can still see that there's a little bit of a gap here, so it's not perfect. Let's go ahead and try to lift it up and see if it'll come apart. So as you saw from below, there was a small gap, but you see I'm trying to lift it from the top here. Well, you just kind of like hit a little bit just to make sure. But I'm trying to lift it from the sides here. You can see this, and it's not really, well, this part's a little bit suspicious, but just gotta hit it a little bit. The glue should have it hard. Just do that a little bit, and you should be able to move it. Okay, so as I thought, this computer stand fits squarely over this TV stand, so I actually didn't have to move a whole lot. I have to, looks pretty good on here. I realized I forgot to actually put the stickers on. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. There we go, much better. Okay, let me just go ahead and put the TV on this real quick. Okay, yeah, doesn't that look really nice on that? I got my computer here. My TV's really close, but yeah, I'm happy with this. Now, time to watch some TV on my new Sony Bravia. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Just wanted to show you guys one of my steps of my home improvement. There's probably gonna be a whole series about this because there's a lot of other things in this house I need to improve, as you saw from earlier parts of what I showed you. Thank you again so much for tuning in today. I will see you guys tomorrow. ありがとうございました。また明日。